Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario being played today is the 2015 Incursion. This one has no kill box. There are 3 flags. Each one can be either controlled or dominated for 1 point, and the first one to 5 points wins. Hey there guys, this is Molorian, and this will be 2 new War Machine battle reports. And these ones should be a lot of fun. So as you guys know, I love Buccaneers, I love doing with Magnus, but I've also liked doing a few bit more in Cygnar as well, because with all the Jack Marshals, you can sneak them in. Now before, I've been getting in 8 of them in, where I can get 4 on Gaston, 2 on Dirty Meg, and 2 on Rutger Shaw, and that's just kind of what I really had. But I was kind of playing around, I was like, you know what, if I actually got Moorclaw, he could actually add 2 more in, and if I was to actually get a min unit of the Devil Dogs in, they could have 2 more. I could get 12 Buccaneers inside of a Cygnar list. And I thought that'd be insane, and I posted up, and people thought it'd be a lot of fun too. And I thought, well, unfortunately, I don't own Moorclaw, and my Devil Dogs aren't painted, so what are you gonna do? Well, Chris Johnstone, who I've known for quite a long time through, you know, like 40K and Fantasy and now War Machine, he was coming over for gaming, and he said, hey, here you go. I like watching your stuff, and I really want to see this Lylyth2 thing happen, so here's Moorclaw. So these battle reports will actually then be dedicated to him because, you know, I'll take a bribe, I'll do it, and I decided to do what I can. So I did quickly over the one night, glue them together, and then the next morning in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, paint him up so you can see him there. You know, he's nothing super special, but, you know, it's to my usual low quality. So this list here will have now 10 Buccaneers, and then as well, it's going to be having the Thorn, which is on Haley, and she'll also have the Squire, and then, well, pretty much since I don't have the whole thing with the Devil Dogs, I'm also going to have in as well the little gun mages. You know, that should really help with the control, and they can push things away. So anyway, getting into my first game now, I'm up against Steve, and he's running Lylyth2. Now, this is both good and bad. It's good because I can get up there with deceleration. He can't really do very good damage to me at range, and once I get to him, there's not much he can do. The bad news is that the assassination threat onto Lylyth2 is very, very real. So I'll have to be very careful about that, especially with raptors and Anissa Rival running around. And luckily I do have this trench here, and he doesn't have a Naga, so between the stacking of that cover and also deceleration, I'll be okay. But I mean, all it takes is like one good Ravagore shot to the face, and she can die. So I'll have to be very careful there. So I get first turn here. Of course, Gaston allocates 1 to all of his jacks. I'll allocate 1 to the Thorn, and basically all of them run up. You know, one thing that's very unfortunate here is that I had to make the call between having a UA on the gun mages or adding the Squire. I left it up to Chris, and Chris said, well, you got to go with Squire. So, all right, that's how we're going to do this. But that also means my gun mages are not too happy seeing those Striders there. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and if I can have them come in and take some pot shots at my gun mages, well then I can then send my Buccaneers to go in and start stabbing them. So that'd be nice. Otherwise, deceleration is up. I should mention that Prey is up onto Dirty Meg, and we'll see what he does. Now, I was happy to see that he actually decided to feat right away, which kind of makes sense because, you know, next turn I'm going to be kind of in his grill, so he might as well be popping feat now, but because he doesn't end up using this to go after my caster, and looking at this again, maybe I got a little bit lucky because Haley's probably a little bit farther forward than she should be, and so, yeah, either way, you know, with deceleration, he really wasn't getting much done. You know, the Striders do come up in the Deathstalker. They try shooting up gun mages, only kill 1 because they're basically defense 17. And then otherwise, some little arrow shots, you know, do little bits here and there. He did crank Thorn, no systems out, but it really did hurt, like 8 damage or something. Of course, fire and another Buccaneer took some damage. But you know what? Now I'm feeling really good. The feed is passed, and I'm ready to get into him. So really crappy picture, so I'll go over this really quickly. Basically, I run up all my jacks again. I try really hard to kill the Deathstalker on the left, but keep on... Well, I actually hit it and then rolled double ones for damage. You know, it was only armor 11, but hey, you know, POW 10s, double ones won't kill. The gun mages go up and they go for their Arcane Vortex or Inferno, whatever it's called. So they'll AoE kill like 3 guys. That was cool. Haley goes up, pops feet, TKs 2 of the guys even closer. So I'm really jamming him in his face. And the way it works now is that he's really in a lot of trouble where, you know, his beast there can't shoot because they're engaged. They can't do melee because they're not in melee range. That's the great way, again, where these Buccaneers can actually be working well with their feet. Otherwise, I'm standing on all the flags, and if he doesn't contest, I get points. So jumping ahead here, on the left, he's going to basically just stand around, not be able to do too much. I believe, yeah, nothing really happens over there because, again, deceleration is up. He's having a hard time. The best thing he does is that first he goes with Anissa Rival and comes up, tries to shoot Dirty Meg, but misses, so that was unfortunate for him. And then, as well, then the Raptors charge in. And wow, those charging Weapon Master did some pretty awesome damage to my Buccaneers. One of them got destroyed, another one got really damaged, well, 2 of them got really damaged, but in the end, I did kind of hold up his whole battle group. He was having, again, some other, like, crappy dice. Like, the Raptors had good dice. He had some crappy dice in other places. Like, the Forsaken charges in with 3 Fury, and just misses and misses and misses and misses. So, really bad for him. After he destroys the one Buccaneer in the right, he kind of like fast calves around. So, nothing's going on the right. You know, he's not really controlling, and I'm not on it. Center one, I'm going to control, so I'm going to be at 1 control point now. And on the left, because of that dumb Deathstalker, what can you do? I'm still there. So either way, I'm already at 1 point, which is awesome. I'm very sure I can get the middle one, of course. That's a gimme. On the left, if I just kill like that 1 or 2 guys, I'm going to get another one there. And on the right, I'm pretty sure I can come over with Thorn and kill off those 2 Raptors on the flag, and then I can get that one as well. So on my turn, that's really what I do. You know, Haley's really just standing around and was like TKing around. Thorn, get him in the right spot, things like that, doing deceleration again. And so I'm able to kill off 3 of the Raptors. One of them is with Rutger Shaw charging in. You know, I'm getting a lot of work out of Rutger Shaw. People don't like him, but with that little Jack Marshall with the reroll to hit is great. And when he wants to charge in, because why not? I mean, who cares if a Jack Marshall dies? For the most part, you know, having gang with these Buccaneers, he does some good work. So he kills a Raptor. Thorn kills 2 Raptors. Meg goes onto that flag to get me to 2. The one Buccaneer just stands there to get me to 3 on the center. And then on the far left, I'm able to kill the Deathstalker, which is awesome. But there's one Strider that I just couldn't kill that was just within range. So I'd love to be at 4, but right now I'm at 3. And to be honest, that's pretty damn good. So otherwise, on his turn here, he kind of does his best to kind of free things up. The one Ravagore comes up and tries taking a shot at Haley. It scatters off, hits my Squire. Again, he has bad dice. He's able to kill off with his Bolt Thrower another Buccaneer. But at the end, like, he's able to shoot down Dirty Meg, so that's something. So I don't score on the right flag. On the center one, I don't score because he's contesting. However, what kind of happened here is on the left, his Striders try moving away, and I need 7s a hit, so he's kind of hoping he wouldn't lose too much, like just hoping for some luck the other way. And I just hit every damn free strike and like slaughtered those guys over there. So yeah, not so great for him. And then the other thing is that because he moved away and the Ravagore's not contesting, I actually scored on the left flag. It was a little bit of an oops, but so now I'm at 4 points, and I literally have to do nothing for the win. So what I decide to do it with is let's win with Rutger Shaw. The Buccaneer on the left goes off the flag, and basically over here, Rutger Shaw goes on the flag. I get my 5th point and get the win. So Yeah, this is awesome. This is just the matchup that I want to put something like this into. Again, I think I got a little bit lucky where he might have been able to get in range of Haley. I was a little bit too aggressive, but luckily he used the feet to shoot more of the other jacks. I mean, really what I should have been doing is making a wall of the Buccaneers so he didn't have line of sight. That would have been the smartest thing to do, but, you know, sometimes you're not smart. So otherwise, hey, this worked out great. I love doing all the Buccaneers. It's almost like having 11 because I have Thorn. He's like a super Buccaneer. But let's go on to game 2. So in game 2, this is where the good times end. It worked out that out of the 3 boards, we randomized and stuff, and I'm still on this one here, and I'm up against Dorian. Now, Dorian is a pretty solid player, and he brought here, not Fist of Halak. It looks like Fist, but he has a Kriya in there, so it's actually non-tier, but it's all the medium bases from Skorne. And this is going to be very scary stuff, because really what Xerxis is going to do is pop feet, and then with everyone with their Weapon Master charges, with the extra dice of damage from the feet, and then also, rage to +3 strength if he wants it, he can just destroy all my stuff extremely, extremely quickly. Plus, he won the initiative and decided to go first, so it's going to be extremely hard to keep him off the flag. So, what my plan is going into this is that basically the center flag, that's a no-go zone. That's going to be Satrati land. They're going to get in there. They're going to contest it. So, I'm going to try and go after the 2 outside flags. I'm pretty sure, or hopefully, depending on what he does, I can go up there, I can score on the outer flag, especially with my feet, and then I think he's going to then swarm over the right flag, and I'll have to try and just keep on scoring on the left. It's not a good plan. My gun mages are over there to help push things away from that flag, but man, I'm going to have to play this really tight or else I'm screwed. So like I said, he got first turn. He has Defender's Ward going up onto the Satrati there. So +2 defense, +2 armor. So they're kind of a big deal. Otherwise, everything kind of runs up. I think he puts up the Krea's Animus for free, or like for fun rather. And that's his first turn. So what I really want to do to try and keep the Satrati away is I come up here and I want to time bomb them. So there's 6 of them, so if I hit the middle of either side, a grouping of 3, the big thing that's going to happen there is, I'm not going to do lots of damage, but I can make them -2 speed so that they can't charge in, and they'll be really slow, and so hopefully if they're going for shield wall, they won't really go anywhere. Well, unfortunately, with this plan, I go after the left side, and even with the re-roll, I miss, so that was really sad. I do manage to get the right side, and is this with a boost? I can't remember, but on the right side, I do manage to hit, so those 3 are time bombed, but I didn't get them all, so that's a little bit scary. Otherwise, I'm moving some stuff up. Now, I'm also moving things up because I want him to attack me. I don't want his things like his Insinuari or whatever to go and run up. I want them to shoot. So I'm giving them targets. To be fair, on the right, I made them both go behind the building. I should have moved them up, one of them at least up farther to be a target, but that's hopefully the plan. I mean, really, we're hoping on a prayer here, guys. We're hoping he doesn't run up and contest all these, because if he does, there's not much I can do. So luckily, he doesn't really come in to contest. He does come up with shield wall, and he gets a couple of stabs on Buccaneer number 9 there. Getting a little bit of damage, nothing too serious. The Insinuari on the right, they do like a combine. That doesn't really do much. The ones on the left, they do some damage to Buccaneer number 5 up there on the hill. But otherwise, this is great. Like I thought, that middle flag is, yeah, good luck. I'm not going to win that. But on the right side, there's only one of the, what are they called? Satrati, that is just barely in range there. Otherwise, on the other side, there's only the one far left Insinuari that is barely in range. So I should be able to clear this out. So what I do to make this happen is, first of all, TKs. So on the right side, I go and I TK the one Satrati away. All of their names I always screw up. One Buccaneer runs to the flag to score. The other one runs up to the Insinuarii or whatever to tie them all up. This will also be my feat. So again, those guys who are tied up, and I had to choose. You know, he was so spread out I couldn't get everything, that I'm pretty much getting everything except for his guys on the left, the little group there of 4 at the back, and like his support in the very back. But I am getting pretty much everything else, which is fantastic. So on the right side, I'm happy. Dirty Meg is staying back because I think I'll need her to contest. On the left side, I do a slam with one of Gaston's, and that's able to move the one barely out of the way. Otherwise, I'm kind of contesting, run one to the flag. I'm staying a little bit further back with my gun mages because I don't want to lose them. So I'm going to score 2 points here. Now, otherwise, I have like Buccaneers is trying to engage things so that, you know, again, he can't shoot. But here's the one thing I did. I do not want those Satrati moving to the right flag. I want to distract them. So I decided to feed them Thorn. I could have put a Buccaneer there. I didn't need to use my Thorn, but I really, really wanted them to not just like spread over and cover both flags. I want them to stay there and stab. So I'm kind of throwing him away because, again, if I have any chance here, it has to be on scenario. And luckily, he doesn't go too bad. You know, at this point here, he doesn't go with the feet. He tries making, like on the right side, he really just engages me and then moves over one to contest. On the center, makes a few stabs, does a little bit of damage, but really not too much. I'm still fully functional with Thorn, which is really surprising for me. So yeah, that's awesome. Otherwise, yeah, just coming over to engage, and really on the left flag, he really pushes in. One of those guys called Aquarii, they come up, so now all 4 of those are contesting, and that one had been pushed back. Insinuarii also came over. By the way he was able to move up there, even though he was knocked down, is that his Tyrant Commander just said, everybody stand up, and so then he could just forfeit his action and didn't have to forfeit anything to shake the knockdown. So damage-wise, he didn't do anything to me this turn, but the right flag actually won't be so bad. There's, again, just the one Satrati, the one Flame guy. Let's just call him the Fire guy. And on the left, there's lots of work to do. So here's my plan. I really, really want to get 2 more points. And then I can just desperately try and get one on either side. On the right side, this would be a simple matter of TKs. TK away those 2 models using Thorn, I'm fine. On the left side, what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to need to really push. So that Buccaneer number 1, he's barely alive. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to move away, take a free strike, die, and then it's going to be all about my gun mages, hopefully pushing things away and then killing off the one model there from the fire guys to kill that. So that's going to be a hard one, but I think it should be able to work. So over here, everything actually works out awesome, except here's the big problem. I had to do 3 TKs. I had to do 1 TK because I didn't want to take a free strike on Thorn, so one of the regular Satrati I had to turn away. Then I had to TK away one of the Satratis that was there, that was actually, you know, contesting the flag. Then Thorn got to reaction drive over, and then I did a TK over on this last one over here. And it should be really easy, right? Easy to do, but he was really smart and made it so that he was engaged with Buccaneer number 11. If I just would have activated Buccaneer number 11 first and turned him to not engage, that would have been great. But because of that, he became defense 16, and I missed. So these 2 Buccaneers do their best to kill him. They fail, and this one, which was supposed to be my easy point, doesn't work. Meanwhile, on the left side, that does work. I'm able to push everything away. I did actually have a lot of trouble because Xerxis, I forgot, cast Inhospitable Ground, which makes a big circle of 10 inches around him all difficult, and that really slowed things down. And so, luckily though, everything worked out. I was able to push guys away, and I did score there. So I'm at 3 points. I really wish I was at 4, but I'm at 3 points, which is okay. I'm guessing it's not enough, but we'll have to see. Otherwise, after Haley cast her spells, she ran away, and we'll see what he does, because now it's Xerxis feet time. And if you would have noticed there, I have a lot of less models. In fact, we had to do a little swap here with the objectives, or the flags rather, because there's so many rec markers with this. You know, I start with my ones from Chain Attack, then I usually throw down crystals, but then I realized the crystals were being confused with the regular flags, so we had to change out the flags to be like the boxes and stuff, and then the rec markers will be the crystals. It's confusing, but that's what happens when you have a bajillion dead lights. So, as you see here, he devastated me, killed me all over. I was extremely lucky that Buccaneer number 8 stayed alive to contest. Same thing on the right there, Buccaneer number 10 barely staying alive. He wouldn't have scored anyway, but wow. Either way, now that he has 2 Satrati on the right there, I'm not going to be able to score on that flag. He pushes in deep on the left side, which seems bad, but now all these guys are really hurt. So I should be able to try and kill these guys off, and I think that's going to be okay. You know, Gaston's there. He can just keep on boosting shots in. He tried killing Moorclaw, but luckily kind of failed there, and I think I still have a shot. I need to get that point on the left to get up to 4, but we'll see how that goes. So that's what I do. I go in there and I start attacking and killing the best I can, but I fall short. I'm able to kill off all those Aquarii guys, but one of the flame guys, and Sinuarii, barely stays alive. He contests. I get no point there. That's devastating. Otherwise, I'm basically kind of moving over Haley so I can get more power on the left. She actually went and did a temporal acceleration to herself so she could shoot twice. And she's like, yeah, I'm Kane. Pew, pew. Like, shoots down a guy herself. But yeah, things are getting pretty desperate. And I've had 2 chances of getting points that failed. And that just might be my, my tombstone right there. So on his turn, he keeps on killing. I lose another Buccaneer on the right, but luckily Buccaneer number 11 is a champ and is staying alive. In the middle, I don't know what the hell happens here, but I somehow get to keep that Buccaneer alive there. I think he had like a bunch of misses, like Xerxis and stuff, and he actually frenzied with his one Kriya and stuff like that. So yeah, really didn't really work out for him. But the other thing he was doing is just moving out of the way to send in Mullet Karn. Mullet Karn came over to the left side to start killing guys, and this is bad news. But I still have a lot of good pieces over here. So now that a lot of stuff isn't there, I just need to really move away Mullet Karn and the one model there, the fire guy, and I can get another point. So it's still 3-0, but I need to get that point now for sure. So that's what I do. Haley gets up and dangerous, TKs away Mullet Karn, also hits him with a time bomb, so he's not really going to do much. With stabbies, I'm able to kill off the one last one that was there, that was actually contesting, so I score my 4th. So I'm up to 4 now. I'm so bloody close. Otherwise, I'm just shooting random models, trying to kill whatever I can on the left, because clearly I'm not going to score on the right. I'm not going to score in the middle. I need to score on the left. So on his turn, he's going to really start cranking this up. Really, he just kills off all my Buccaneers. Everything is dead everywhere, all over the place. It's just everything is dead. And so what happens is that after he's done the slaughter, on the right side, the pain givers run in to score on the right flag. On the middle flag, he makes a little bunker there with Xerxis and some Satrati, so he's going to score another one there. And then Mullet Karn keeps on killing the rest of the guys there on the left, and then he is able to go and run over his Tyrant Commander to score on the left flag. If only that one gun mage was maybe a little bit closer to contest, I would have maybe stopped that. But yeah, he scores 3 points, so now I have 4 to his 3. Now, this isn't so bad because I think I can do this. Dirty Meg ran away so I could have a last turn contest, and I'm just going to need to, again, TK away Mullet Karn, kill off the Tyrant Commander and a little flag guy, or push them away, and then as long as I get something else to that flag, I'll get my last point and win. Alright, now I had to delete some pictures because my camera settings got wonky. I pushed a button by mistake. But another thing that was really huge is that he also got a shot on Haley and lit her on fire. And then the fire damage also went crazy. And she was down to 1 box and on fire. So this was literally go time. Everything had to work. Basically... Gaston and the other guys were able to go and kill off the Tyrant Commander and the Banner Bearer. That was easy. And then I realized that everything had really activated and I had nothing to go to the flag. So Haley had to do it herself. She had to do temporal acceleration to herself, charge in a Moloch Karn, TK him away, and then TK myself into the flag. And I was like, thank God. This thing was such a struggle. It was such a fight. I was actually really down on time too because I had to go so deep into the tank. And then I stopped the clock. I'm like, yes, I win. And then I get told, no, you don't, because you didn't contest the other flags. So I go to 5, he goes to 5, and we keep going because I forgot to move over Dirty Meg. I couldn't believe it. I fought so hard for this and then forgot to do one little move. So there you go. So honestly, on his turn, he literally has to do nothing to win, but he decides, let's have a little bit more fun. So he goes for the Operation Wipeout. So he comes over here, kills off Dirty Meg, and this is again like, if she just would have ran up there. She was specifically here for that one reason, and I just forgot. The stress of the situation, it happens. Otherwise, yeah, he basically tables everything except for Haley and Gaston. He could have easily killed Haley, but he actually just wanted to see her burn. We actually did my turn just to see what happened, and yeah, the fire kept going and she burned to death. So, as you look at this here, all my forces are pretty much tabled. I killed very little of his, but man, was this a close game. I was so close. You know, when you look back on the game, it was like, man, if I just would have contested here or there, or not contested, if I would have, contested as well, Dirty Meg, but those 2 points where I almost got another one earlier on to jump up to 4, if either of those have happened, you know, but at the same time, he could have made it a little bit harder for me. You know, he was really looking at the attrition game, not the scenario. And so if he would have seen that as my game plan, he could have shut me down. So, I mean, if we would have replayed this, I know I'd just be destroyed. But either way, guys, it was a lot of fun having this list. This is not the matchup it's supposed to go into. So, again, a big thank you out there to Chris Johnstone for giving me more claw to make this happen. Hopefully you guys like watching the videos, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Hey there, if you liked watching this video, please go down and give it a like down below you here. And if you have any concerns or questions or comments, please put those in the comment section as well. You know, the best way for me to give you what you want to see is if you tell me what you like seeing and what you don't like seeing. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.